here again at the Chicagoland studio. Hey, I got a cool kit here. You gotta have a little backstory about kits like this. Reminds me of some things of my past. So if you go back and look up some of the work that Duke Ellington did in the 60s, he had one of his drummers was a fellow by the name of Sam Woodyard, W-O-O-D-Y-A-R-D, just like it sounds. And Sam was a great player. He had, this is a Slingerland kit. He had a Premier kit, and it was this configuration. His was 212s, but gold sparkle, 212s, 2 bass drums, 22, 16-inch floor tom, and rail mounts on each, a mount on each side of the bass drum. Rufus Jones also had a Slingerland kit in his days with Ellington that was very similar to this, with a rail on each side of the bass drum. So in this case, by using, this is a Slingerland kit, first of all. 60s era Slingerland, great kit. 12, 13, 16, two 22s. Each 22 has a rail consulate tom holder on it. This is one particular version of what they had, and the 4-hole version. This is a 2-hole version. And the set was done this way to facilitate the setup with a double bass without having to use a floor stand. The floor stands could get a little kind of weird and tippy and couldn't give you as much angling. So this gave you more angle and also brought the drums up a little closer. And then on the bass drum, you can see we don't have the L arms on there now, but there's a bracket there for the L arm for the ride cymbal, which is how it would have been. A bracket here for the L arm for the crash cymbal over here. Now back in the old days, there were no such things as two-legged hi-hats and all that kind of stuff, so you can move the hi-hat closer. So most of the time these hi-hats were out here, guys had to reach for them, or you had to jury rig a little system where you closed up the legs, put a bracket on here and clamped it around the actual hi-hat stand. Rogers made a bracket specifically for that, for Louis Bellson. Anyhow, nowadays we got all these crazy things and arms. It looks like RoboCop over here, but hey, it works and brings the hi-hat closer so we can actually play it comfortably instead of having to go over here to reach the hats. So this is a 5 or 5.5 by 14 snare, 8-lug Zoomatic strainer. I think it's a solid shell. We'll check. All the other drums are 3-ply, gold sparkle, great finish. It's a great kit. I really would like to sell it complete, just the way you see it here. You know, because it was intended to be this way, rather than, oh, you know, sell me these 3 and the snare drum. I'd like to do it complete. So anyway, we've got some beautiful Istanbul Agop cymbals here as well. One of my favorite brands, and we've got a beautiful, these are from the traditional line. There's a great 22 here, very nice 22, a beautiful 20-inch crash, a beautiful 17 dark crash, and then a nice set of 14-inch dark hi-hats, all traditional series. So, give you a little sample on that, and then we'll have some fun with the drum set. Double bass, when it's set up like this, I usually use 1 tom for double bass, so my bass drums are closer. And not too close here, so a little farther apart, so it makes it a little tricky. But hey, we're having fun. All right, so here we go, hi-hats.